What if I told you some of the most underrated rock anthems from 1978 were buried under bigger hits? Picture this: you're at a stadium in 1978, and instead of hearing "Don't Stop Believin'" or "I Want You to Want Me," you're blasted by a song that's just as catchy, but somehow forgotten. That's the weird paradox of classic rock. Some tracks from that era had everything it took to be stadium classics, except the right timing, marketing, or maybe even a little luck. Let me break down 3 of these near misses and why they still deserve your attention. Take Cheap Trick's "Surrender" from Heaven Tonight. This isn't just a song, it's a time machine. The way Rick Nielsen's guitar riffs crash into the chorus feels like a neon sign screaming, "This is the sound of the 70s." But here's the kicker: it barely cracked the top 40. Why? Well, maybe because the world was too busy chasing stadium-sized guitar solos and arena-ready anthems. Surrender is a power pop masterpiece, but it's also a bit too polished for its time. It's like the perfect pop song got lost in a sea of harder-edged rock. Personally, I think it's a crime that this track isn't played on classic rock radio more often. It's got that teen idol energy that could have defined an entire generation. Now let's talk about Journey's "Lights from Infinity." Steve Perry's voice is pure velvet here, and Neil Sean's guitar work is like a sunset you can dance to. But this one never quite clicked with the masses. Why? Maybe because Journey was already on a roll with "Open Arms" and a "Don't Stop Believin'," songs that felt like they were built for arenas. Lights is more introspective, more soft. But that's exactly what makes it fascinating. It's a reminder that not every great song needs to be loud to be impactful. In fact, I think it's the kind of track that would have resonated with fans during the 2010s sports boom, but it's still criminally underappreciated. What makes this really interesting is how it shows the band's versatility, yet another layer of their legacy that gets overshadowed by their bigger hits. And then there's Styx's "Fooling Yourself," the angry young man, from The Grand Illusion. This track is a rollercoaster of synths, guitars, and a chorus that could have been the soundtrack to 1,000 rock concerts. But it only peaked at number 29. Why? Maybe because the 70s were already shifting toward the 80s, and this song straddled both eras. It's got that prog-rock flair that was becoming less mainstream, but it's also got a melody that's impossible to forget. I find it wild that a song with such a killer chorus didn't become a stadium staple. It's like the universe conspired to keep it hidden. What this really suggests is that sometimes the best songs are the ones that slip through the cracks, because they are too ahead of their time, or too different from what the industry expects. If you take a step back and think about it, these 3 tracks are proof that greatness isn't always about being the loudest or most aggressive. They are reminders that music is about connection, and sometimes the songs that don't make the top of the charts are the ones that stick with you the longest. So next time you're digging through classic rock playlists, give these a listen. You might just find a new favorite, one that should have been a stadium anthem, but somehow became a hidden gem instead.